out comes the oil of my Turbo 400 racing transmission in my 55 Chevy. So I took the transmission pan off, cleaned off the gasket material from the surface over there. I'll wipe that down from oil before putting it back together. And this takes a little 3/8 wrench to take my temperature sensor wire off. And then we had a 13/16 wrench to take the drain plug out to drain the oil. And I've got this style of gasket pan going on there for my Turbo 400. It's one of those thick blue ones. So let me go ahead and put that on and bolt it up. Right, so you can see how thick this gasket is. Anyway, Morose says it needs to be put on a clean, dry surface. Now, when you change a gasket, it's almost impossible to get this totally dry, because you know there's transmission fluid dripping down from everywhere. But wipe it down as good as you can, and then give it a final wipe just before you push the pan up in there. And if the gasket's going to seal correctly, I do not see any reason why a clean, damp surface is going to cause it to leak. It either seals it with the rubber or it doesn't. So I guess we're going to find out. Hey guys, so I got the new gasket in there, and you know, I always am pretty concerned when I'm tightening bolts into aluminum. Especially something like this. If you strip one, man, that would be so terrible. But, so I probably usually err on the side of not tightening them up enough, which is probably why I get oil leaks more. But you're meant to torque these to 120 inch-pounds. Remember, inch, not foot. 120 inch-pounds. And I tell you, that actually feels too tight. But I actually kept going around and I kept doing it until it clicked. And I double checked it in the vise. And basically that's pushing my thumb against it reasonably hard. But it still feels pretty tight. I mean, my thumb can push pretty damn hard. Anyway, it didn't strip anything. And I know that's really tight. And hopefully that's going to solve my leaking problem. Definitely looks like a good old gasket. So, according to the reviews, it's meant to be pretty damn good. So, we'll see how it goes. And another thing is, remember, when you install a gasket, especially if you go from a thick gasket to a thin gasket, make sure these bolts that go in the end here are not too long. A lot of people put bolts in which are too long. They go all the way through and they snap this part of the casting here, which makes the whole transmission useless. You need to throw it away after that. Anyway, little tip there. So I finished my gasket, and I'm just sitting here enjoying looking at the bottom of this car. It really is a work of art. I love looking at the bottom of this thing. It's like you know, us car guys, it's like modern art. Just this car's just set up so bionically. It's just a true street race car that, driven gently, can actually be quite comfortable as well. Ice cold AC, music, high back seats. Actually not a bad car. It's the worst car I have ever owned on gas though. I'm not sure what it's doing, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's only doing like 5 miles to a gallon or something. It's absolutely terrible. It makes my Hummer look like my most economical vehicle. Well, actually, my Camaro is my most economical vehicle. Well, actually, my monster car, believe it or not, I don't know exactly what it's doing, but it's actually not bad on gas either. I think it's actually better than the Hummer. So quite pleased about that. My 57 Chevy with the 6.8 1.6 litre performance engine here. That's terrible, I guess. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and hope you enjoyed this video. And please share it, like it, subscribe, and every time you send it to a buddy and tell them to subscribe, it really helps me out. Anyway, thanks guys, you have a great day.